Yeah, I'll be making, this video, if this video shows up for you, you're not normal, right? Where did I get this idea from? I didn't create it. Obviously, this was posted like 7 months ago by this, person, on this YouTube channel called, ALY, Al or something. Yeah, he created that video and I decided, yeah, I watched this entire video and it was interesting. It was, super educational and he was saying, he talks very maturely and saying, a lots of things that a lot of people may not understand. He he talks like very mature and very high vocabulary words and yeah, I realized when I watch this video, it changes my mind, in a much more, positive way, right? Yeah, that video was obviously posted on June 2023, but I should have uploaded this video a long time ago. It's because, for some reason I just procrastinate on my YouTube channel lately and stuff, but yeah, being is being normal a good thing or a bad thing? So you decide. But when you watch the entire video of it, if you watch my video or his video, I mean, his videos are more interesting because you can like join the brotherhood and all that stuff. But yeah, I think a lot of people, are making this video. I see a lot of YouTubers saying that you just type in if this video shows up you are normal. Several people just download it and just saying their opinion, or either people just take some of the summary and just talk in their own words, right? Yeah, honestly, man, like what is normal and what is weird? This guy was repeating a lots of weird in his video and normal, right? Those are the two most important words, and I will use in this video and something like that. Let me compare the weird compared to the normal, right? So this is the definition of being weird. Being weird is not normal, right? We all know that. But what does weird do? I mean, they do something, unusual, or unthinkable, or something, that is just not normal. It's not what common or typically, people do. Let's say people do typically this, typically that, and you're the weird one. You're doing the opposite or something, that no one usually does, right? Or majority of us, right? But now being normal is like 99% of the world. Like everybody just do this and that, right? Yeah, I mean, okay, let me put this in perspective. If you're normal, you're just average, right? Normal and average are synonym, do the same thing. An average person do normal stuff, just do normal life, like yeah, I heard like school, you just do like normal stuff, you hang out with friends, you always gonna relax, you do this and that. You don't have to, go really hard on yourself to be successful. You don't have to, you just do what normal people do. Just drink and just do hang out. You have fun all the time. And you're just not disciplined in life. You don't have the discipline to like go for more. And you don't even know the reason, why you were born, right? I mean, not saying to insult you, but okay, what is being not normal? Being not normal is you doing something, that's extraordinary, you think you cannot handle it. Doing things, that's like way better than, either normal or not normal people. Right? Let me be honest here. So what type of person I am, as of me, 2024. So I record in 2024, but I should record in 2023. Like I said, like laziness stuff. That's another thing of what normal people do. And some of them are pretty damn lazy, right? And they just don't have a sense of purpose of, self-improving themselves. Some don't even find a reason. Some they just don't care. Some say that, oh, they just look up to the greatness and they just don't even care about themselves, right? Yeah, that is normal, right? Normal people, they just spend, like the American way, spend all their money and all stuff, just always relaxing and never, want to suffer. I mean, to go to success, you just have to sacrifice a lot. And these people just don't want to sacrifice either because they have lazy mental mind, or I don't know what's their problem, right? But yeah, I heard that being normal is not a good thing. And if you plan to be successful, if you plan to compete against, the top of the top of the top, you have to put in you better put in your work, man. You have to work your butt off, man. I'm dead ass. I mean, I'm serious. Sorry, excuse my language, man, but yeah, you have to be really serious. Like, why are you so serious? Like, come on, man. Think of this way, man. Think of this. Like, you don't have that much time on planet, right? You maybe only have up to like 100 years, or I don't know how many years. And a lot of people don't even die as an old age. They can die for many other reasons, like accidents and stuff, all that sorts of stuff, right? Think of this, man. Think of this. There's a reason why you're here on Earth. And don't ever waste your time, doing, something, that's not even useful for your life, right? For example, like, I play video game, just hang with people, and some people say you're weird, oh, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I'm like, yeah, if there's an opinion or what people say to you is not helpful, why don't you just ignore them? And if you listen to them and if you cannot make this what's best for you, you you are retarded. And I agree with that guy, saying that if you're not normal, if you can't make your own decision, then you're just pretty dumb. And that happens to me, multiple times where other people have to make decision for me. Right? Think about this, man. Think about this, man. Being normal is just lame. And I have to tell you why. My opinion, and some of you may agree with me, some of you think that I am like crazy or I'm just saying it. No, it might be true and it's my opinion. Just imagine, they say that the average person does this, the average person does that. I'm like, does that interest you? It does not. It never interests me, and I never respect that. You do what normality does. I don't respect you. I don't. I personally don't. Let me give you a good example if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? Let's say that the person work at Amazon warehouse. That's another thing, of why, like I'm stuck in normality, If listen, if you watch this video, the entire video, and if you realize you're stuck in normality, maybe this is a good time for you, to get some help or something. The people who truly care about you, people who want you to be success, and just don't listen to the other normal people because they just want to be normal. They just want to do normal stuff, something like that. They're not gonna go far in life, right? If you look perspective in a very smart way. Just imagine, like, yeah, you gotta be free from, normality world. You gotta be free yourself and go hard on yourself. This is why I tend to go hard on myself, if you say that, oh, like you're being too critical of yourself, you're going hard on yourself. No, it's because I don't want to be normal, man. That's what sets you up success, man. It's like not only constantly be yourself, but competing against other people too. Like you always have to strive to get better, man. As long as you always find yourself a way to yourself improve yourself and you get better, then you gotta gain respect. You gotta, be normal. That's just not normal, right? For a person who constantly get out of their damn comfort zone, okay? That's the first thing of how to not be normal. Is never feel satisfied. Always feel hungry, man. Every single day. Every single day you gotta feel hungry. You gotta wake up. You gotta stay disciplined, man, and don't procrastinate. Don't slack off. Because time. Because like I said, like you're not gonna live forever. Like the only things you have in this, what's given to you is your youth, and by time being youth and suffering at the young age will set you up success for the much later future. While all these normal people, just have fun, do party and all that stuff, go to concert or do whatever, that normal people do, just celebrate. I mean, I do celebrate, but I hardly take breaks, man. Some people, they don't give a damn. They don't. Like, this is what happened, when you go back to normality. When you suck back normality and when you come relax again and do party and all that, stuff, get drunk. Like I said, like, matter of like weeks or later or a few moments, like you feel all crappy again. And this is what, people are afraid of. It's because they don't have the mental mind. It's just that normality, just doesn't want you to leave. Right? It doesn't want you to leave. It doesn't want it doesn't want you, to go outside of normality. Normality is like sucking you in. That's what I feel like, man. Every time you try to escape it, it'll come back to reel you in again. I know that getting out your old habit, your old routine, or whatever that is, always try to get you back in. Okay, so perfect example, like being the ovens, right? I mean, honestly, it's just, like sucking and just wasting my time, like you're just keep doing the old routine stuff. Would you rather do the old routine that never helps you or do the routine that constantly, set you up success for the much later, future and stuff? Think of this, man. Think of this like people who are the best or like who are professional, right? Like Kobe Bryant, like Bill Gates stuff. You think, the person who on top of the world who beats world record, you think they're normal? They're not normal. They train every single day, man. Like if there is like no tomorrow. They just keep doing it, Keep doing it, keep pushing themselves and all stuff. You think the world richest person, is normal? That's not normal. Normal people cannot do any of what the extraordinary can do, right? Let's say, for example, like people who train like black belt, people who go and film, do karate, they get black belt, right? Some people already get black belt as a kid, and even kids, even adults and kids, they play video games, just waste their time, Why don't you level up in real life for real, man? Instead of wasting your time, I forgot to mention like what normal. There's a lots of things that normal people do. I copy of what some normal people do and what some they don't do, which is good for me. I'm like half normal, half weird, right? But to be at the very top, to order to be the 1%, or to be the very fraction of percent, you cannot do any normality at all. That's why I call it not normal. That's why I call it weird, strange. Like things that usually a person wouldn't do. That's weird. Think about this, man. Think about this. The Americans is in over $30 trillion in debt. You know why the debt gets bigger and bigger? It's because people just do normal. They spend all the money and stuff, but I save it for the future and stuff. But is my education normal? maybe below normal. And let me say this for the sake, man. If you're below average and if you're below normal, then you have a serious problem, and you seriously need to work your tails off, man, to beat normality. Well, being normality, it's still, still not good enough. Like, you gotta get to the top. Well, think of this, man. Think of this, man. Like, the chance of you being born is absolutely nothing, right? You can just look it up and you will see how absurd it is. You can look up for yourself, it's like, why my chance of being born is so low, right? I don't need to explain this video, right? It true or not, like, chance of you being born is like slim damn 0%. And you just waste your life just living, happily ever. But no, man. You have to make the most out of it, man. Make the most use out of it. And just don't squander off your time. Time is something you cannot gain back anyway. Like, every time I get older, when I get smarter, like, I keep looking at my young years. So, oh, I could have done this. I could have done that. I shouldn't have wasted my time doing this and that. All that mistake, all that stupid mistake that I could have avoided, it's too late, man. You gotta think wise and carefully. But making mistake is the progress of getting better. But if you make a dumb mistake, that's wasting your time or whatever, that ruins your future, then, and technically, you're just gonna regret it, right? For the rest of life and all this stuff, right? It's just like, yeah, you only have your youth. And this guy who made this video, the very first guy who makes video, he's only 18 years old and he's more successful than me, right? And I'm about 7 or 8 years older than this guy, and I am 25 years old as I record this video, just around New Year 2024. There's a reason why people are higher than you, whether they're older than you or not. It doesn't matter. It's because they put the work in, man. You have to put the work, Things doesn't go free, right? Things doesn't fall from the sky and then you gain success. No, it doesn't instantly happen like that. And in order to get to your promised land, to your dreamland of what you really want to be, things doesn't happen overnight. You have to stay disciplined for years. Just like, practicing and running, just like practicing your martial art, just like practicing, how to be next Kobe Bryant or LeBron James. You think, of course, these people are not normal. Me to be celebrity, that's not normal. They put in the hard work for years. They didn't put in for months, yet put in for many, many years. I'm like, just imagine if you work super hard for like 1 year, down the line where you will hit success, right? Imagine doing this for your whole entire life, and you'll be so much farther than these normal people right now, right? Yeah, being normal is a curse, man. And I totally agree with that, because at the end of the day, when you're just being normal, it doesn't drag a lot of attention. Just imagine, I've got, man, I should have made an example earlier, but imagine, say, the average worker, who work at the Amazon, warehouse, stole 100 packages, right? I'm like, to me, anybody who does more than 100, or do more than average, just a little more average, is already good. And I feel like I don't want to be normality. I don't want to be below average. I want to do double this. So I said go and want to do double normality, which is, storing 200 packages at Amazon, for example, right? And I didn't think I'm going to do it, but I actually did it, right? If you look what the average person does, comparing to the world record, comparing to even people who are better than mediocrity, like slightly better, like you're not gonna care much. Just to be honest with you. Let me give you another example if you don't know what I'm talking about. Let's say that the average person, because I run a lot, is that I do running. I mean, that's what I do most of the free time. I just practice running. Let's say, for example, a normal person can sprint 100 meters, probably 15 through 20 seconds. But you look at these elite runners, you look at these really fast runners, they can get 13 seconds or faster. Or let's say an average person can run 100 meters, 15 seconds, and run a mile, 8 minutes to 9 minutes a mile. And you see a person who runs a 7-minute mile or quicker than it. Say, boy's like, I want to beat that person, Be the person, or the person, who, let's say you go to the gym, you curl like this amount of weight, and this person is doing way more than you do, and you just have to beat the bricks off of yourself and say, I want to do way more than this person. I'm like, I want to carry much heavier weight. I want to do twice the amount of weight. I want to run a 6-minute mile. I want to do this. I want to do that. Put a lot more work. And then, you gain a lot more respect. You feel much more proud of yourself. You just want to compete against the top. You got to look at way ahead of you, man. Don't look at normality. Right? People who are just normal and who just calling you weird or saying something, that they don't like, they're afraid of you. I mean, I'm just taking a few words from that guy, right? Yeah, I mean, for a person who's decently, a little bit richer, or people who make, more money than normal people, they're not normal already. Well, here's normal, and here are people that are between normal and, very high success, and they're just level of being good. They're just honestly, levels, right? Yeah, and there are people who are below average, right? And also, there's a lot of things I have to say in this video, There are people, who were born with disability and stuff. I feel like this guy, or people, who speak professionally, saying that if you're not normal, then you do things that's unusual. But there are some people, that were born with disability that have, high disadvantage in life. I mean, think about this, man. You'll be lucky if you're born in this world, but then you have to see that a lot of people are suffering consequences even throughout their early life. Some people were born in poor country. There are more than 1 billion people that don't have electricity, that don't have the access of food and water, of, basic needs. So if 1 billion people don't have what they need, just imagine there's 8 billions of us. So there's like more than a 10% chance you will be born, with a sacred of, resource. And there are people, that go through, high disadvantage in life. For me, I am an autistic person. This is why I may struggle in communication, right? Just imagine, like you were born and you have to carry those extra weight in life just because you have a disability, just because you were born poor, or whatever that is, I mean, being normal, people with disability, if they accept normality, then they're not going to go far too, right? And there are people, who are severely disabled or who have way more disability than comparing to people that has non-disability. they tend to be more successful. They still beat that normality. You know why? Because they work their freaking butts off. That's what it is, man. They just kept going. There are people, who has to carry extra weight in life. They already beat average people. And that make me feel really selfish, make me feel really mad and stuff. I'm like, why can't I do the same? Like, I honestly beat normality too, right? There's just, to order be, successful, to order have, much higher and, be much more richer in life. I mean, let's just say that you were born in a rich family. Like, sometimes, sometimes money is not, buy you success. Sometimes people were born poor, but they're much richer than, the rich people, right? You know why? The rich come from accomplishment, right? Accomplishment is something that it cannot be touched, but monies and stuff, those can be touched. Those people may can steal, but they cannot steal your accomplishment. This is why you want to level up for real. I mean, you just gotta level up your life and, and get out your comfort zone. And stop making stupid excuses. And this is what annoys me the most and what annoys people the most, around me. What annoys the most is making excuses like, oh, like I can't do this because of this and because of that. Everybody makes excuses, but at some point, you're gonna have to learn how to snap out of it, get better, Stop making excuses because it's not gonna make you get better. It's putting you back in your comfort zone. I'm just saying that as soon as you leave your comfort zone, just destroy the fuck out of it. Destroy that shit and never come back there ever again. And you complain to yourself like, why are you never better? Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but I have to do it anyway because I explained to these damn idiots, don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? Look, man, if you stay in your comfort zone, you will fail. Steve Harvey was right about that. Look, all that stress, all that success that I made in life, I went through stress. You know why I get stressed in life? It's because I'm coming out of my comfort zone. The comfort zone does not want you to feel the pain. The comfort zone wants you to stay so that way, it doesn't feel lonely. It does not want you, to grow, man. It's trying to stop you from growing. Like if you're scared of pain, that means you just don't have mental. You need to be more mentally toughened, man. You have to fight these suckers out there. These pain, the pain is the gain. If you don't have the pain, you don't gain, period. But then there is a limit, where you cannot overdo yourself, of course, right? Yeah, like don't go too much on yourself, but you do need some pain. You do have to practice being uncomfortable. The only reason why you don't want to leave your comfort zone is because you don't want to be uncomfortable. Life's just gonna throw all that crap at you, man. And you have to practice being uncomfortable. Honestly. If you don't learn how to be uncomfortable, you will suffer the rest of your life feeling miserable all the time. Right? It don't make you say like, oh, like I was born with so many disadvantages, man, and life is just full of crap. Why don't you swim against the current? Okay? Try, just all we ask you to do in life is try, man, right? There's the difference between a person who's trying and the person who is not trying. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. And this is facts. And this is 99.99999% true. If you try, you will be better than yourself yesterday. As a guarantee, man. A person who will try, a person who go all out, who went hard, they're 100 times better than they were yesterday. More than 100 times. You know? And this is not an exaggeration. Just 1% of you put all that power in, you can use that 1% power to beat yourself from yesterday. Or maybe even a fraction of a percent. Like little after little. You will see that if you stay very disciplined for like decades and decades, years into your life, you will see like, the time you started, many years you look back, you look like, like you'll be shocked of how much accomplishment you made, right? Yeah, man. Yeah. Wow. So there's me, spending 30 minutes, talking this video, like yeah, I mean, nothing's easy in life. You just have to earn it, right? I mean, not only you don't have to wait, not only you have to avoid wasting time, but you have to go as hard as you can. There's a difference between going easy and going hard. The person so easy, oh, like I'm gonna go 1% better, Whereas the other person, like they want to go like numerous or multiple or gazillion times better, right? Than they did yesterday. So before I have here is another question of why I don't use social media and why I only watch YouTube, right? The reason why I don't go on social media, the reason why I don't waste my time on all these, nonsense stuff, is because it's a waste of time, right? All that time you spend on these nonsense stuff goes to trash, where you could have used that time, to improve yourself, to, make yourself better, to take care of yourself, right? Think of this how there's just a lot of things I want to say in this freaking want to say in this video. Sorry, look, man, but I just want to encourage you guys to get better. In a much positive way. There are people who not only die young, but some people may lose their brothers and sister or their parent at a really young age for whatever damn reason it is. There are people, like they have family, but they don't even care for you. There's this type of disadvantage, all that stuff, right? I was lucky I was born in a family that really cared for me and they have enough money to, just support, what I want to get in life, right? Some people were born a little bit luckier than others, which I get it. This is why life isn't fair, right? There are people who are born extremely poor and somehow they became like God. They become like celebrity. They become so famous and they get rich and all that stuff. They have wife, they have all children. And in these younger generation, in their young generation, their family, they don't have to go to suffering. You know why? It's because they work their butt off. They have a lot of money. They have a lot more powers and stuff. It's because they stay disciplined throughout their young lives. This is why they have the advantage over others, right? People, like who procrastinate, who don't work hard for the future and all stuff, they're not gonna have a good family. They're not gonna have a good wife and children, and they have to go suffer. It's because of you. You're the one that put your family in jeopardy because you're just an embarrassment. You are garbage, right? I mean, the future's up to you, and the people who would love or support you, they depend on you. And if you don't start taking care of yourself, and if you somehow cannot find a way to self-improve yourself, then you're gonna have a problem. Like, you have to take care of yourself first. And I don't know what another way for me to speak into this video, all that stuff, right? People who disband, like, they don't cry and complain. Like, how come they become successful and they are way less normal people? They have to deal with much tougher, obstacles, They don't make excuse. They just kept going. For me, I have autism, and my goal is to get a job, where it doesn't pay like Amazon, where it pays the health benefit, don't pay low wages and all stuff. I mean, I could be making money off of YouTube or a lots of other things. I don't have to work for Amazon forever, right? Working for Amazon that pays you like $20 an hour, just barely $20, or work at fast food or whatever money that is. Me, I live in California. Of course, making 40K you will not survive. Even paying rent, that's like nearly, like a couple $1,000. Like, you're not gonna have enough money to survive. Honestly, man. Because the work gets more expensive. And obviously because normality. You work at fast food, you're not gonna survive. You might as well just, buy a rental car or just live on the street, Or you just have to share a room with people. I mean, being normal, this is what normal people do, They just, go graduate high school, whatever, some skip college, whatever, some get college and say, oh, college was useless, so they just like drop it out. Some even normal people just like just pretty freaking lame, gets like D's and C's in class. Just basically mean, minimum requirement, just to make themselves feel happy, and then they go party and all that stuff. Whereas the normal people always get straight A's and stuff. They always get requirement, and they don't have a reason, to fall behind. They just kept going as if there's nothing to stop them, They're unstoppable. They just kept growing. Like if it's until they die. Exactly. That's what the video is supposed to mean. It's supposed to make you get better, not worse. If you want to get worse, if you want to stay same, if you want to get worse, same, or if you want to stuck in the mind forever, that's up. This is totally up to you. This is your choice. I'm not forcing you, man. You can force yourself to do whatever you want, right? But if you want to play the real game here, the people who are top of the top, instead of watching them be successful, why don't you take care of yourself? And for the freaking haters out there, man, instead of wasting your time watching the others people's success and feel upset about their success, why don't you make yourself get better? Why don't you try to get better? I know that there's a lot of jealousies around the world too, so yeah, like you only have one life, to be honest, and if you lose it, you're gone forever, right? If you want to make yourself well known and all that stuff, you just have a well known people or celebrity. Those people are definitely not normal. There's a lot of I can identify a lot of non-normal people, right? I mean, yeah. Here is another example of how to get out of your comfort zone. Let's say that you can't do this, you cannot do that, but you just have to try. If you try it, sometime you get up from work, you just get up and say, oh, I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like doing that. Why don't you fucking try for once? And then you will know, like, oh, like, I didn't think I'm gonna make it, but somehow I make it. It's because this guy told me to try. I don't really have to tell you, or maybe I do have to tell you. Or sometimes you don't have other people tell you, like, you make your own decision, right? If you're well smart enough, right? Yeah, let's say, for example, say that, oh, like, I'm so tired, I work 8 hours at my job, or I work 8 hours doing this and that, and I don't think I can go to gym. I don't think I have enough time. I mean, oh, this guy encouraged me to go to the gym. Like, okay, I'll go straight to the gym. And I thought I'm not going to make it, but somehow I make it, right? That is truly get out of your comfort zone. You think you will never touch that goal or touch that things in life, but you still make it anyway. That happened to me several times, Yes, I do fail of, reaching my goal, and there's a goal, I said unrealistically, it's like, oh, like I don't make it. And somehow when I make it, then I want to reach even bigger goal, then I go further than sometime what my mind sets for me. Sometimes the goals that was set by my mind, sometimes I go further than that. And I didn't think it's never gonna happen. Or I think it's unlikely gonna happen. You just have to make it happen, man. There's no possibility. Stop measuring possibility. If you want to make it happen, you have to do it, man. Right? Yeah, you just have to try it out. Sometimes other people say you can't do this. Sometimes I don't know your ability, right? Sometimes you don't know your ability, right? If you try it, you may make it out success. And if you fail, you try again another day. And this is how you get better from here on, right? I want to say, like, thank you for watching this video. And yeah, like, gotta step out. First thing, get out of your comfort zone. Like, just slowly, like, get further away and just get as far as you possible can. Instead of destroying it. Another way is that just don't look back. And this is how you fall into a trap of how to be a failure in your life. This is another trap. There's something I want to say before I end the video. As you grow, your comfort zone grows. You know why? Because when you get better, that means that your boundary, your ability will grow too. So it's very easy to get back to your comfort zone because the comfort zone just wants you to stay in there, It just wants you. Right? And when your comfort zone grows, you have to grow as well. Because if the comfort zone grows faster than your growth and success, then you're going to be back to your comfort zone eventually. This is what happened to most people when they reach success. Like, they celebrate too early and they fall back to the comfort zone. Like, they fall back to that hole again because the hole just got bigger than it's your growth. However, you grow the same rate as your comfort zone, or you grow faster than your, comfort zone, then you will never go back to your comfort zone. You will never go there, as I promised, right? That's why I say, like, you have to keep pushing yourself. Life is boring when you do normal stuff, right? Being normal to the 1%, to the people who watch the entire video, to the 1%, that doesn't want to be normal. To them, average, they just ignore what average does, right? Totally ignore it. And that's a good thing because you don't want to do everything what a normal person does. Because what good does it does for you? If people want to be normal, they can be normal. And if they don't want to be normal, then they should not be normal. Right? Because these people, they scared of trying or leaving their own boundaries, right? Gotta learn new things in life, Cannot do the same thing over and over again, right? People been disciplined. They get up like 4 or 5 in the morning, just do something, what they're really good at. They just have to put sacrifice. Right? People are just afraid of sacrifice. You might as well sacrifice because, because your time is limited. You don't know when you're gone, right? So instead of wasting your time, why don't you put your time into something, that's useful, right? But yeah, sometimes that normality or comfort zone, it gets addiction and you just want to stay in there because it's scamming you, man. It's scamming. That's what happened to people. This is why, they suck in normality and don't find a reason to ever get better. This is what happened to why, you stay in that curse, in that lockup chain for, forever or for like majority of your life. It's because it's telling you like don't leave, like we will make sure your life quality is good. We will make it better than, and it's just telling you, like, yeah, being normal, being average, being, what other people normally do, you just want to follow them just because you're scared of being weird. Just imagine, don't fall for the scam. Do not. You gotta think. The smart people, the one that are strongly disciplined, they are free in life. We just set yourself free, man, right? Set yourself free. Don't be a slave or don't fall for the trick or trap or scam. Because if you do, you're just gonna waste your life and at the end of the day, you feel like rotten, right? Sometimes, like I heard that some people want to be suicidal. It's all because, they accept normality. Or they just take criticism or whatever the problem that is. But if they start thinking of themselves and if they don't take opinion, too seriously, like the sensitive society, they may have a chance. They will be a chance of success. You just have to explore out new things. Just go explore, Doesn't hurt, right? Well, maybe it hurts a little bit, but that's where you grow, You make mistakes like, oops, like, jot that in my note in my brain. Your brain is full of dictionary. You gotta keep yourself active. That's another thing. Is if you don't keep your brain active, then if your brain dies, it's because you don't take care of it. You're pretty much gone at this point. Your brain is probably the most important thing for your body to live, aside from your heart. Just to be a little off topic, you just have to constantly explore. Try out new things, like I repeat in this video. Don't know what else to say, but yeah, I know that I only have about 2,000 subscribers on YouTube channel, but there are people that have like million subscribers. The hell did you get over there? Like, it's no secret. You just put in the work, you put in the content, you get all the view, you steal all the audience. Those are the competitor out there, right? You have to compete against the top. If you compete against, those are the one that you have to beat them, right? They're not gonna let you beat them that easy. You have to try, right? Keep trying, man. That's all I want to say. Yeah, and sometimes when you try new things, you feel better than you were yesterday. It's like, oh, like I could have tried this a long time ago. It's like, oh well, there's a lot of regret every time you get better. You just want to younger age, and you feel so embarrassed. You feel so garbage. Like, how on earth am I like in my 40s, in my 50s? This guy's like literally 18 years old. This guy's like literally just a little kid, just being more successful and just being the hell out of me. No, but it's because they put in the work. Age number, statistically, age is just a number, right? Woman lie, man lie, numbers don't. Facts don't lie. Opinion can lie too, People's opinion. So, there's a 50-minute video of me watching here. I gotta go right now, and if you want me to redo this video, I can, but comment below like what do you thought about this, right? It's mostly throughout my opinion, and some of it are just facts. So thank you for watching, and hopefully you don't become you don't feel like crap at the end of the day. Hopefully, this will change the mind of most of you out there, you know. But yeah, I did have like a few things, you know. Hopes this helps. Peace out.